Hello and welcome to the Dutchin channel, and it's the last day of the Cheltenham Festival today. We're on the Friday and the first race at 1:30, which is the Triumph Hurdle. We've got about 8 minutes to the off at the moment, so we're going to run through the runners. And number 1 is Bunting, number 2 Ethical Diamond, number 3 High Wind, number 4 Ithaca's Arrow, number 5 Majborough, number 6 Mighty Bandit, number 7 Nürburgring, number 9 Salvator Mundi, number 10 Salva, number 12 Storm Heart, number 13 Fratus, number 14 Car Jess. We've got a couple of non-runners, Genio and Peking Opera. So let's go and have a look at the runners here. Yeah, I think one of these, did I take the other one out? I remember taking, no, there's Peking Opera, so let's take that one away. There we go, that leaves 12 runners for the first race, which they are going down to post. So our top selection is Car Guess, and we'll go into Betfair. As I say, if you're going to Dutch, you're going to need Betfair, Matchbook or Smarkets. You'll need one of those. And here we go then. So these are just for information purposes only, and we're going to start off with our top selection. That is Car Guess, and that at the moment is trading at 5.9. And always look at the over-round prizes. I do try to get this into you, but 102.3. It could be a little bit better than that as we approach race time, but 5.9 is the selection price. Stakes required £16.95 to return £100. And when you're Dutching, you go to win a set amount on every horse until you get to the final selection. So in this case, we want to return £100. So our stake will be half of what we want to return, which will be £50. So we would say how many horses we've got would be running at even money for us. Now our second selection here is Majborough. So again, we go into Betfair, and Majborough at the moment trading at 7.2, which means we require £13.89 stake on this one to return £100. So now we've got 2 running for us. Our third selection, Salvator Mundi, and Salvator Mundi trading at 13, just missed the 13.5 there, 13. And again, the stake there will be £7.69 to return £100. And so far, just by those 3 horses, we have laid out £38.53, which means to get to our stake money, all we've got left now is £11.47. And our fourth selection is Storm Heart, which is just favourite at the moment at 5.4. So 5.4 tells us we need £18.52 on it, but we don't have £18.52. We have £11.47, and that would be our maximum bet we can have on Storm Heart. So we'll get the calculator out as usual. So the last selection, Storm Heart, traded 5.4 times £11.47 will give us £61 back. So it will be a slight profit. And don't forget, when you're betting on the exchange, they will take a percentage of your winnings, normally up to 5%. So if our top selection Car Guess won, we would return £100 minus our £50 stake, which would leave a profit of £50. and the 5% would come out of your winning part of the bet, and you would lose £2.50. So that would be your fee for this race if one of the top selections won. So Stormheart still does show a profit. It might only be £11, but it will be a profit. And the other three running for us to return £100 is Salvatore Mundi, Majborough and Car Guess. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. We finally got in profit yesterday after the end of the third day by £54 this week. It's not great, but I'm sure there's plenty out there that are losing money. So to get to £54 profit and now the whole of today, let's see what we can do. We'll either now double our profit and go to 100 after this, or we're going to go back to evens. But still, at least we won't be losing money at the festival, even if we don't get the winner here. So if you fancy anything, leave it in the comments for me. And yeah, let us know how you got on this week, more than anything. But we're going to go over now to ITV. We're a couple of minutes early, but they'll be down at the post.
It's Stormheart who is the favourite as the horses make their way to posts. Megan, which order do you think they're going to finish in?
It's tight between them. I know if I was choosing from the paddock, then Majborough would be my pick. He's an absolute monster, beautiful horse. I think with this ground being so testing, that sort of worries me for Cargisi, who I think is all speed. If they go that stronger gallop today, it's going to suit those that are staying. Obviously, Bunting and Majborough, I think, will fall into that category.
And down there, oh, I love these shots, particularly with the blue sky, Luke.
Absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. This is Ethical Diamond. Just have a look. You probably can hear on the telly the squelching from the horses. This is Dara O'Keefe. Good luck, Dara. And here's Ben French Davis. Ben's on a big price of horse. The bookies rate him 150 to 1, Ben. Is that right or wrong?
He doesn't know what price he is.
He doesn't know what price he is. That's a fair comment. Here's Majborough. He's one of the interesting horse marks. I mean, a nice meeting as well. Nice big horse. Here we go. Here's Bunting, the well-backed Bunting. Here's Paul. Right, Paul. Good luck to him. He rides Stormheart. So a few of them. Just here comes Rachel. She's riding High Wind. Had a lovely look at these horses. Not the biggest High Wind, but Rachel's on board. Not me. So she's the one with the problem. Nice pat down the neck. So lovely shots there.
Yes, Stormheart is 7-2 down here. You've also each way support from Nürburgring was 7-1, now into 11-2. Cargess 4-1. Bunting solid at 6-1. Easy enough to back now. Majborough at 6-1.
Well, we saw the Brits bounce back yesterday. This might not go the way of the Irish because Salva is quite strong on the exchanges for Gary Moore.
And AP, wouldn't that be amazing after what happened with Goshen for the Moore team a few years ago? What chance Salva here?
Yeah, he's a big chance because he won the finale at Chepstow on soft ground. He won in heavy in Haydock. So he's definitely got that in his favour. He's a bit in the unknown, a bit like a lot of the Willie Mullins horses, but yeah, he's definitely a player.
The black and yellow colours, the old album photo colours at the back there. Salvatore Mundi for the poor Donnellys. Sergino, who was red-hot favourite, having to come out. It'd be quite something of that one, Mick.
It would. This horse who actually ran in the pre-Wild Monarch, the race that Sergino won. This horse finished second to him, and Felix de Giles rode him on that occasion, and he thought that he was going to be the better of the two horses that ran in the race. So it'll be really interesting. It's a big shout running in this, but trust me, Ed, having walked the track, you'll need a four-wheel drive today and not a sports car.
And trust me, I think we're going to get a bigger roar than we got on day one. Look at that. Proper Cheltenham crowd. Who wins, Mick?
I've gone for Stormheart. I think the track with the long run between the last two horses will help this horse. Jumping lets him down a little.
AP?
I like Nürburgring for Joseph O'Brien. He obviously won a winner the other day. Doesn't have many runners here, but I think Nürburgring's a big chance, and Bunting each way.
Let's have a quick check on the betting before the off. Stormheart 7-2, 4-1 bar. Richard?
Yes, for a race that had odds on favourite since about 2 months ago. 7-2 the field, the absence of Sergino for the JCB Triumph. So That's the roar that sends them away. Salva is the first to show. What's a very short run towards the first. Ithaca's Arrow, Cargis is prominent with Majborough and Fatas as well as they take the first. A slight peck by Ethical Diamond as they now have a long run between flights 1 and 2. And over on the right-hand side, Fatas is racing fiercely, red with the white crossbelts. Likewise, Cargis just throwing her head from side to side. Ithaca's Arrow between the pair, and over on the far side, Salva, and they are the first quartet. Bunting in the blue colours races alongside Majborough in the hoops with the white cap. In 7th place early on is Storm Heart, just ahead of Mighty Bandit. Salvatore Mundi is towards the inside in the checks with the black cap, and towards the rear of the field we have High Wind, Nürburgring held right up with Ethical Diamond as Fatas leads them, climbing steadily towards flight number 2. Fatas with the advantage from Salva and Ithaca's Arrow. Cargis is now reined back into 4th place to try and get her to settle. Good lead by Majborough onto the outside in 5th place with Bunting in 6th as the crowd cheer as they move away from the stand. Stormheart next from Mighty Bandit. Behind these we have on the outside Ethical Diamond of Salvatore Mundi, and the last 2 is High Wind, and last of all is Nürburgring in the green with the white hoop. So they've climbed steadily now. They get some respite with a turn downhill towards 3 flights of hurdles on the new course that come pretty swiftly. And out in the lead, it is Fatas showing the way from Ithaca's Arrow on the far side and Salva closer to us in the starred jacket. Cargis comes next, just ahead of Majborough and Stormheart. Bunting behind these High Wind and Ethical Diamond. So all of the Mullins runners are clustered together in midfield as they take flight number 3. Salvatore Mundi over with Ethical Diamond, and the last 2 remain High Wind, and still last of all is Nürburgring. So next flight of hurdles coming up swiftly. Fatas from Ithaca's Arrow, Majborough moving forward as Salva is ridden into that. Making ground on the outside is Storm Heart in the maroon with the white star in company with Majborough. Cargis still remains in 6th place, just ahead of Mighty Bandit as they reach the next flight of hurdles, at which Ethical Diamond was a little slow and High Wind dropped to the back. So they've got 3 flights to take, but we've still got over a mile to travel here, just about to reach the halfway stage, and Salva pushed between the principals to come back at the head of affairs on the outside of Fatas and Ithaca's Arrow in 3rd place. Behind these Majborough, Bunting is keen towards the inside with Cargis and Stormheart. Still no move yet from Nürburgring, who's on the outside of Salvatore Mundi as the leaders reach 3 from the finish. Good leap again by Majborough, whose jumping's been very solid and has carried him into 3rd place as they now make the journey towards the second last. Salva with Ithaca's Arrow, 3 lengths clear from Majborough. Fatas is now under pressure in 4th with Stormheart and Cargis coming next. Then on the inside is Bunting from Ethical Diamond. Nürburgring is still towards the back of the pack in the green and white colours as these 2 just lock horns on the run down towards the second last and have been allowed to go 5 lengths clear by the field. So Salva and Ithaca's Arrow from Majborough in 3rd. Cargis on the inside of Stormheart. Then comes Bunting as they begin the run downhill. Then Ethical Diamond, who's moved through into 6th with Mighty Bandit. Nürburgring is trying to get into a challenging position but has some work to do as Fatas has dropped right out. 2 out and then the long run to the last, and all changes, the leaders come back to them. Salva with Ithaca's Arrow. Majborough's got there travelling strongly, then Cargis and Stormheart towards the outside. This group of 5 from Bunting, Salvatore Mundi, Nürburgring with a lot of work to do as the leaders turn for home. Salva hanging in there grimly, but it's Cargis who moves up stylishly for Danny Mullins. Majborough is now ridden behind these Stormheart, then Bunting, Salvatore Mundi as they race down towards the final flight, still over a furlong until they get there, and it's Cargis who's travelling strongly on the front end. Majborough in pursuit in 2nd place, they're away from Salva, then Stormheart. Salvatore Mundi is plugging on, but it's Cargis down towards the last. Majborough has not gone away, however, on the inside and is right back alongside at the last. Cargis lands awkwardly. Majborough jumped out to the left, but the triumph is between the 2. Majborough over on the far side. Cargis has been headed now, and it's the big Majborough who's seeing us out strongest on the run to the line, and it's Majborough for Mark Walsh, another for Willie Mullins. Leads home Cargis. Salva ran well in 3rd. Nürburgring never closer than 4th. Stormheart, Salvatore Mundi, then Bunting, Ithaca's Arrow. A High Wind never sighted, likewise Ethical Diamond. Going to the last, Cargis was travelling the better, but the long slog up the hill means the big horse, Majborough, gets back on top to win. Reversing the form from the spring juvenile hurdle with Cargis, who was in second. Salva always in the firing line, stuck on to finish in third. Nürburgring is the horse that comes out of the pack to finish fourth, but was never seen with a chance. Majborough's jumping was picture perfect early on, got slightly outpaced at the foot of the hill, but this big horse saw it out strongly and won the Triumph.
The drought.
Well, there we go. That's the first one of the day. Majborough wins the Triumph. So let's go back into the Excel spreadsheet there, and we can see that it was our second selection, Majborough. And it didn't really matter as they approached the last who was going to win that, because we had first and second anyway. So we did pretty well there. I was happy with that. So that's a £50 profit, and of course less the little percentage, and that puts us nicely in front now. And we'll be back for race 2 at about 20 minutes time.